Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of New York City, Season 12, Episode 24, The Reunion Part 3. Well, we open with catchphrases. Yeah, we get a little montage of, common phrases that each of the women say often. We start with Ramona and hers is, I'm sorry. Sorry? I'm sorry. But sorry goes a long way. You know, Ramona, the great apologizer. Sonja's is apparently catch a dick. I don't know how I missed this, but she said it a lot. Oh yeah, Luann's just trying to catch a dick. I don't care if I catch a dick. I could catch a dick, or I don't have to catch a dick. I might catch a dick. I would like it if I caught a dick, but I don't have to catch a dick. The only reason someone would leave a girls' event is to catch a dick. Luann, it isn't so much a catchphrase as the fact that Luann always seems to be trying to wrangle the women together. All right, let's go, ladies. Ladies, let's go. All right, come on. Where's Ramona? Has anyone seen her? All right, come on, ladies. All right, everyone, ladies, let's sit down. Ladies, come on. That was kind of funny. Dorinda's was, Dorinda had two. Her first one was, here's the thing. Okay, listen, here's the thing. And her other one was, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Poor Leah. Hers was that she smells everything. We get a whole montage of her picking up a candle and smelling it, or a piece of clothing, or whatever it is. Like, she smelled things a lot, including her own armpit at Drag Queen Bingo. We start with Ramona's package. It's basically about how she's a social climber and her 50 friends and that whole scene. And we see a little flashback to when she had said, with my other friends, they elevate me. But with Sonja, I have to bring myself down to her level. You know how you see the ladies reacting to these things. Luann goes, oh. Kind of looks at Sonja like, poor thing. Sonja. I was on a diuretic. She is tripling down on this. The water pill caused all my problems this season. I admire her conviction, though. We're watching all these flashbacks of the ladies in their talking heads kind of trashing, Ramona and just the way they, things that Ramona has said that were nasty and horrible and things that they said about her behind her back. Everyone is laughing. Everyone, including Ramona. I don't know. This franchise is different. Even though I know that we have changed the cast and there are new people, they still behave in a way that to me feels like they are real friends. They have real relationships. These women really hang out with each other. I believe that they do. Whereas there are other shows where I think to myself, yeah, they're not seeing each other until the next season of filming starts. But with these women, I remember there being a reunion, and after, everyone's going at each other, they all went out to dinner together. So that is how this cast is. Ramona defends her 50 friends. She defends the fact that she left her own party in the Hamptons to go to another party. She says, here's the thing, Andy. Everyone was invited to that party. We were all supposed to go, but I knew the others didn't want to. And that's fine. They just wanted to stay there. That's not how it went down. Everyone was confused when Ramona had that guy there. And then when she left to go to another party, they were all shocked. So this was not something that they were all supposed to do, and then they just decided, oh, it'll be more fun if we just stay here. No, that's not what happened. Sonja's mad because these ladies are her friends, or they were her friends before they were even Ramona's, and that Ramona has kind of taken ownership of them. It gets Sonja so mad, she stands up and says to Ramona, STFU, Ramona. And then here's what I love about Sonja. She has a running commentary going during this whole reunion. She just comments, she talks to herself. She sits there, she always has something to say. It's, that's true. Mm-hmm. She's always got a little something. Now she says to Ramona, where are these ladies going to be, Ramona, when it's just you and me 2-for-1 martinis at some burger heaven somewhere. Sonja is actually somebody that I would like to be friends with. She's like, nowhere. It's just you and me. They don't care about you. Did Ramona just say she was 64? Wow. If that's a facelift, it's a really good one. A viewer asked Leah about her comment with the ladies buying her, all chipping in to buy her a Gucci purse. And Leah said, well, at least she'll have a real one now. And so the viewer asked Leah, have you ever seen Ramona with a fake Gucci bag? And Leah said, oh yeah. She had this bag once with these 2 giant G's on it. It was obvious it was a fake. Ramona, no, they're all real. Sonja, Chinatown. That's what I mean about Sonja. I love it. Like, that's her good friend. Doesn't matter. They are still going to be thick as thieves when this is over. Leah's like, yeah, someone who has real Gucci bags does not act the way Ramona did at her party. Like she had never seen a bag like that before. That we see the flashback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ramona, I like presents. I'm sorry. I'm like a little kid at Christmas. The next viewer question is to Ramona about why did you call your best friend heavy? She had said Sonja needed to lose some weight. Sonja, yeah. Ramona, we can talk like that to each other. We both go up and down with our weight. Sonja, you're looking up right now. Then she said, after she said that to me, I cried. And you know what, Andy? It made me eat more. I had just stopped having sex with that Netflix and chill guy. There is some kind of like stream of consciousness going on in Sonja's brain, and I can't quite follow it, but I am here for it. Ramona said, well, you're down 27 pounds now. Sonja, because you shamed me and I had to go to the desert and get in touch with my spiritual side. It's just one gem after another with her. Because we're on Ramona, we get an Elise package. You guys, why is Elise not here? Everyone is saying that's a sign that she for sure will not be invited back next year, but that makes me sad. And I think that's a huge mistake. So the question gets asked, why did you and Elise have a falling out, Ramona? Ramona, she's a black widow, Andy. And I knew I never should have trusted her. I guess Elise is to Ramona what Barb the Builder was to Luann. You know, these women come on and they are just a thorn in the side of these OGs. And I think that is ultimately then their demise. But Elise earned her spot. Barbara, you know, I don't think Barbara was cut out for Housewives, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm not cut out for Housewives either. That just means that Barbara's maybe too normal. But Elise brought definite added value this season, and she not only deserves to come back, I think it's a misstep to not have her come back. But yeah, you know, if you're trying to get on the show, you have to suck up to the OG. You know who learned that lesson? Danielle Staub. The prostitution whore managed to get herself back on that show by getting on Teresa's good side. I mean, the problem there was that she then told some of Teresa's secrets. Do it, do it, do it, do it. You know, that is the path back onto the show, unfortunately. In the end, of course, as we all knew, Sonja loves Ramona. She's family. You know, she's family. And then Leah promises Ramona that she won't destroy her backyard anymore. And then Ramona very creepily says to Leah, but you can still get naked. I want to see you naked. Okay. Now we move on to Sonja's look back. Her fashion line, the renovation of her townhouse, going over her financials to remember that. The guy's like, we lost $5,000 the first year. Okay, well, what about the fashion show? Did that bring anything in? No. And it's, again, this to me is a little bit of a testimony to their friendship being genuine. But like it was so sad because Luann went, oh, and she's like, Ramona, no, you did not. And Ramona just goes, I felt it was cringy to me. You know, they love her and they were feeling bad for her, but it almost made it more embarrassing for Sonja. I don't know. The whole thing was kind of, I was like embarrassed for her, you know. Then Andy congratulates her on the Century 21 thing and everybody else. Oh, that's so great. And she's like, I know, I'm so happy. My daughter's proud of me. And, you know, all those other failures before that were just like a stepping stone. They were learning experience. But now, and oh, God, you guys, all I could think about was that Century 21 filed for bankruptcy. I don't know what that means for Sonja, and my heart breaks. Plus, she lowered the price of her townhouse from $10.75 million to $8.5 million. Again, like I cannot help but feel like she cannot catch a break. This has got to be a bad time to sell property in Manhattan. Everybody's like moving out and moving someplace more affordable because they realize they can work from home, so they can work from anywhere and you don't have to be in the city. And, you know, I know it's not going to be forever. The city's going to open back up again. It's going to draw people back to it, to the vibrancy, to the, you know, the life that it used to have. But right now, it just feels like a bad time to try to sell. Now we move on to Dorinda. We are reminded that she started the season off in the Hamptons at Ramona's house by breaking down and admitting to Sonja that there's nothing carefree about her. She doesn't treat people nice anymore, she said. And it is a little bit heartbreaking because, of course, she then goes on to be mean to everybody. She said, I was overwhelmed, Andy, and I did not ask for the help I needed. I was angry and struggling. Now she's tearing up and she tells Ramona, I was most hurt by you, Ramona. You never called. You never took me to dinner. While she's saying all this to Ramona and telling her how she feels and how hurt she is, Ramona is reaching into the coffee table drawer next to her and she's like thumbing through this folder of papers. Ramona now holds out this stack of papers to her. It's her proof to show Andy, I texted her every day. Dorinda said, yeah, but that wasn't until after filming, and I was over it by then. I needed you. I guess this is a little confusing, but I guess what she was saying was she wanted Ramona to reach out to her during filming, but privately, not on camera, but like reach out to her for real as a friend and say, I love you, I'm here for you, you know, what are you going through, or if you want to talk, whatever, like that. And she never did. The others, I guess, did. I think maybe it was Ramona, but somebody said that you never, oh, I know what it was. Leah was saying that she could tell right away when Dorinda broke up with John that she was going through something. And she said, I didn't even know her. I had just met her, but you could tell. And I was thinking, you were together for so long, you have to be feeling something. But she wouldn't tell anybody. It was all, I'm fine, I'm fine. So Andy said to her, so how can you not share with the ladies the pain you're in, yet be getting all over Tinsley for not sharing her life? I did share my life, Andy. I did. I shared my life. I shared everything that was going on with the house. I did, Andy. I showed it all. Ramona. Once Tinsley left, Dorinda made me her punching bag. She came to my house for cocktails and conversation. That kills me. And said hurtful things. Cocktails and conversation. It sounds like an invitation. Hey, come to my house at 8 p.m. for cocktails and conversation. So funny. All right, I'm a little confused, guys, but at this point, I think Ramona just told us that Dorinda made her a mixtape. Yeah. Ramona is now reading the texts from Dorinda. And of course, Dorinda does not like this and she wants it shut down. So she starts talking over her. And Andy's like, well, hold on now. You got to say what you said. This is her responding. No, I'm not going to listen to this, Andy, because I want her to be present. It's one-sided. It's not one-sided. She's reading your texts. You're sitting right there. You could respond to them if you wanted. Ramona ends up throwing the sheets in frustration at like Dorinda's feet. And then, she gets all big and tearful. I love you. Why are you doing this? Andy's like, Luann, what do you have to say about this? Now, I thought Luann was going to weigh in on what was going on between Dorinda and Ramona. No, Luann takes this opportunity to air her own grievances with Dorinda. Well, what happened in the Berkshires was one thing, but Mexico was a whole nother thing. You brought everything up again. And then when you were on Andy's Watch What Happens Live show, Andy asked you point blank if you had regretted what you said to me in Mexico. And you said no. I thought, oh my God, does she have any remorse? Dorinda, yeah, that was wrong. And I want to go back to where we were, Luann. I do. I want to work on that. Luann's point was, that's great, but like if every time you're drunk, you're going to bring up stuff like this, then you're obviously resentful of me. That, like if that's truth serum, as they say, then obviously you're holding some grudge. And Andy said to Dorinda, yeah, you must be harboring some resentment toward Lou if you keep bringing up the arrest and the Giovanni stuff. Andy now asks Leah what she thought of Dorinda's behavior. Because, you were there in Mexico too, but you're the only one that wasn't really kind of piling on. And she said, well, yeah, listen, first of all, I don't love the way she was acting, but she never treated me anything but great. And I just don't think Dorinda, unlike Ramona, who will say horrific things to me, I don't think Dorinda hits below the belt. Luann, what? I mean, her head almost exploded. You can't say that what she did to me wasn't below the belt, Leah. Now, this is funny because even Dorinda agrees. Yeah, I think what you meant was more like toward Ramona. But the way I treated Luann, that was kind of below the belt. A viewer question asks, why do you all think that Dorinda was so defensive? Dorinda answers it, which I wish they would have let the other ladies, but Dorinda said, I think it's because I was in such a bad place, Andy. I said this before, but I think I probably should have taken this season off. Ooh, you're getting a season off now, at least. Andy said, it's funny with what great friends you and Dorinda have become, Leah. It ended up being a comment that you made that set Dorinda off at that drag queen bingo party. What do you think of that? And Leah said, well, yeah, I was shocked. And honestly, I was trying to say something nice about everybody, about how much I loved everybody. Never got that far, but Dorinda did call me the next day and apologize. Andy, why did the mere mention of Tinsley's name set you off, Dorinda? Andy, asked and answered with 3 different answers in part 2 of this reunion. How did this make it through editing? We covered this extensively in part 2, and we're asking it again? Dorinda goes with her first answer from last week, which was, it wasn't authentic. And Leah goes, you think I wasn't being authentic? No, I'm just saying it wasn't authentic to be crediting Tinsley when she wasn't even there anymore. She left. A viewer question is, Dorinda, I love you, but I am begging you to please understand that it's okay to admit you're wrong sometimes. And the question is, so what times during the season do you believe you were wrong? So she said, well, with Luann, I was wrong about that. And I feel really bad about that. And I want to do better. And to Leah, for the thing with Leah, because I know that I ruined the season finale with how I reacted. Wrong again, Dorinda, because you saved the season finale. That party was a snooze fest. If you didn't lose your freaking mind, there would be nothing redeemable at all. As for Ramona, Dorinda said that if we can move forward and leave things in the past, that maybe we do have a chance to salvage a 20-year friendship. And of course they have to elbow bump again. Really? Dorinda also says that she hopes that 2021 is a better year for her because the 2020 was so bad. And everybody's like, yeah, for all of us, we hope 2021 is better. Amen to that. So the final question to all the ladies is this. Looking back, which moment from this season do you most wish you could socially distance from? And which other housewife are you most looking forward to hugging when this whole thing is over? We start with Ramona, and she said, Leah, when I said something about your, issues, mental health issues, the bipolar disorder, I wish I had just said it to you. And Leah said, well, I appreciate that. And Dorinda, I can't wait to give you a big hug. Now it's Dorinda's turn. Luann, because I really hurt her feelings. And I want to try and make that up to her and do better in the future. And as for hugging, I think that's an unfair question because I would like to hug everybody here. I miss hugging so much. Andy goes, oh, you're a hugger? Yeah, I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger, Andy. Luann. Socially distancing? Let me think about that one. Probably the way I behaved in the Berkshires. Yeah. With Sonja, when I said I never want her in my show again, and that I'm the star of the show, and I don't need her. Yeah, probably all that. And I agree with Dorinda. I want to hug all of you. Now Andy goes, Sonja? And she said, well, it's really become clear to me that I want to distance myself from that prescription I was on, the diuretic, and not having control when I'm drinking. So yeah, I'm really grateful to the show for showing me all of that because I didn't know I was acting like that. As for the hug, Dorinda was always there for me, and she would call and she would tell me about stuff that was going on with her life, and I wasn't ready to, I wasn't sharing all the things that were bothering me, but Dorinda would tell me everything that was going wrong with her, and it just made me feel like I wasn't alone, and I owe her big, big hugs for that. Dorinda goes, see, Andy, I did something right. And finally, it's Leah's turn, and she said, I would distance myself from the entire state of Rhode Island. And honestly, surprisingly, the person that I want to hug is Ramona, because my mommy issues are still alive and well, apparently. That was good. That was a good way to end. And Andy's like, wow, I think we actually accomplished something here tonight. So they all say goodbye, and then it's Andy who said, let's get a socially distanced selfie. And then, of course, they all squeeze in. Not that it matters after all the elbow bumping, but that is the end of season 12. Thanks for sticking it out until the end with me. I appreciate you very, very much. You are the one that I want to hug and not be socially distanced from. You. I'm talking to you. And you know who you are. And this was just, you guys make this fun for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. I should ask you guys this. What part of this season, of even watching this season, do you wish you could be socially distanced from? And which one of the housewives would you most like to hug in person? That's it from me. Thanks again. Please be safe. Take care. I love you guys. And I will see you next time. Bye.